Okay, so here we have a 2007 Volkswagen Jetta 2.5 5-speed transmission, and just picked this car up about a week ago. I'm here with my brother. We've been repairing like little minor things here and there. One of the biggest problems we had with this car is that the passenger side lighting was all out, and the dome lights. And I think the dome lights had to do with it too. But it was a lot of people were telling me, oh, change fuses, change this, change relays. It was none of the sorts. I have to give credit to a video that we found out of Mexico. A guy was working on a Volkswagen Bora, a white one, which is the same kind of car as a Volkswagen Jetta. In Mexico, it's called the Bora. But basically, so the headlights were out on the passenger side, both high beam and low beam. The marker light right here was out, which I don't have the lens on that. We're going to replace that after. The under mirror light, this signal here, was out. And also the reverse light was out, and also so was the parking. So whenever I turn the reverse on, it would be out. If I turn the parking lights, this would be out. Although it would work when the car was not on, but as soon as you turn it on, turn the lights on, it would go, it would go off. So very weird, strange thing. And also the dome lights were not working in the car. So, by the way, we just replaced the headliner in this car because it was all sagging in the back. I gotta repair all those mechanic hands, fingerprints all over the headliner off. Hopefully we can find something mild enough to not make it rip like this one, because this one was just completely destroyed. This car came out of New York, and it was a smoker's car, and I'm not talking about cigarettes either, but just when we found the car, there's all crap that just kind of pointed towards that. So headliner was all ripped and just sagged. We replaced that. While we're up there, while we're at this project, we just figured we'd basically take everything apart, put a new headliner in it. To do everything and get access, we took the T50 bolts, the 4 T50 Torx bolts out of the driver's seat and the passenger seat, just so we can move around a lot easily in the car. But anyway, the culprit, I don't want to waste your guys' time. The culprit was something called a BCM, otherwise known as a body control module. Now, somebody, according to the guy in this video, said whenever somebody tries to tie in things into the lighting system off of a headlight switch, these Volkswagen Jettas do not like that. So somebody had run power for a automatic car starter, which, as a clue, they had left for me in the trunk, just completely disconnected and ripped out. So I wouldn't have even known this had a car starter in it unless I didn't look in the trunk. They had left it in there, not attached, just wires frayed everywhere. They had wired it. When I took this head lens off of it, when I took the selector off the back, which you push in and twist to get it out, when I pulled the harness out, it had all wires everywhere. So I went to the junkyard, got a new harness in, cut it back as far as I could, spliced this one in, reheat shrinked everything here, re-shrinked it here. Okay, that did not fix my problem. So, according to that video, he said, well, whenever that happens, you fry out the BCM, which is located right above the pedals up in here. So here is the old one. The new one's already in there. I was also told that you have to reprogram it. I was afraid I was going to have to get the one from the junkyard reprogrammed to match this car and match the chipped key, but it actually started without it, and all the lights are working now. But if you can look at this, I'll try to bring this here closer. So right here, if you look at this node, it is fried. And this had a black plastic cover over the whole thing. And I just unclipped the different plastic clips. And then right here, let me grab something to point here. I'll just grab this 10 mil. Right there, this node is fried. So there's like 6 to 8 different electrical clips plugged into the back of this. Okay, with a bunch of relays on it. When you see it in the car, you'll see it from the harness. You won't see this side because this is basically up into the car towards the steering wheel with a black plastic cover over it. It's just kind of hanging this. You have to pull it out. And when you put the new one in, if you're having the same problem with all your passenger side lights being out, this is the culprit. If you get a new one from a junkyard, just make sure that yours matches mine. I matched up the numbers on ours here. It's 3 Charlie 0 937 04D Alpha Delta, and that fixed our problem. So all the lights in the car are working now. It wasn't a relay, it wasn't fuses, it just somebody wired in an automatic car starter and fried out the lighting system because they tied it into the lighting system and bridged connections, and that's no good. So a big shout out to Servicio Orion, I cannot pronounce that correctly. Shout out to him. I'm going to tag him in the description. I apologize if I do not pronounce his name correctly, but I do want to say thank you, because there was nobody online that had the same problem as this and could point me in the right direction. I went on forums, went on Google, could not figure out what the hell the life of me was. I just happened to come across this video, click on it, and even though I couldn't understand what he was saying, and no insults, intended, I went to my brother's wife, who is my sister-in-law, and she speaks fluent Spanish, and she translated the video, and basically whatever she was saying back to me was exactly my symptoms. So we knew that was the problem. We put it in, it fixed it, and now YouTube has an English version that people can go in and hopefully help them out and tell them what's wrong with their car, and hopefully it'll fix other people's problems as well. So that's it, and yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks guys, have a good day.